They were experienced hikers, strong, prepared, careful, but one day they started screaming, tearing their clothes off, running through freezing mountains in pure panic. Then, one by one, they dropped dead. No animal attack, no visible injuries, no clear explanation, just terror and death. To this day, nobody truly knows what happened high in the mountains of Siberia, and the only survivor watched the entire thing happen. It was 1993. Deep in the remote mountains of Siberia, a hiking expedition led by Lyudmila Korovina prepared for what should have been a difficult but routine trek. The group consisted of 7 young hikers, not amateurs. These were trained survivalists, people experienced with harsh weather, mountain navigation, and wilderness survival. Korovina herself was respected as a strict and highly capable instructor. They had done trips like this before, and at first, everything seemed normal. The group moved through dense forests and rocky mountain terrain, cold temperatures, strong winds, nothing unusual for Siberia. But as the days passed, the weather began changing rapidly. Storms moved in, visibility worsened, and the group climbed higher into the mountains, searching for a safer route. That decision may have changed everything. Then suddenly, everything changed. According to the only survivor, one of the hikers collapsed without warning, but this wasn't normal exhaustion. He started screaming violently, blood reportedly coming from his mouth, his eyes wide with panic, as if he was seeing something horrifying. Then another hiker collapsed, then another. Chaos exploded across the mountain. Some began convulsing, others ran aimlessly into the freezing wilderness. And then came the strangest part. Several hikers started tearing off their clothes, despite temperatures cold enough to kill within minutes. One by one, they fell to the ground, dead. No visible wounds, no attack, just panic, confusion, and sudden death. Whatever happened on that mountain spread through the group incredibly fast. Only one person survived, Valentina Utochkina. She later described watching her friends die around her within minutes, screaming, foaming at the mouth, collapsing into the snow, completely terrified. And then silence. Alone in the mountains, Valentina made a decision. She ran, by herself, through freezing wilderness. No shelter, no supplies, no certainty she would survive. For days, she wandered through Siberia alone. Eventually, she reached another hiking group and told them what happened. Rescue teams later found the bodies scattered across the mountain, frozen, some partially undressed. The official explanation? Hypothermia. But many people believed that answer didn't explain everything. Not the panic, not the screaming, not the sudden psychological breakdown, and definitely not how experienced hikers lost control so quickly. Over the years, many theories emerged. Some believed it was severe hypothermia combined with exhaustion. There's a known phenomenon called paradoxical undressing. In extreme cold, the body can create the sensation of burning heat. Victims suddenly remove clothing, even while freezing to death. But critics argue that still doesn't explain the panic, or the reports of blood, or the apparent psychological terror. Others suspected military involvement, secret testing, toxic chemicals released somewhere in the mountains. Because during the Soviet era, many remote regions were connected to classified experiments and military activity. Then came even darker theories. Infrasound, low-frequency sound waves capable of triggering fear, panic, hallucinations. Some researchers believe certain wind conditions in mountains can create these frequencies naturally. A sound humans can't hear consciously, but that may affect the brain, enough to cause overwhelming terror. And in total isolation, deep in the freezing Siberian wilderness, terror alone can kill. To this day, nobody knows exactly what happened on that mountain. No definitive cause was ever proven. No evidence fully explained the deaths, and the surviving witness could only describe chaos, fear, and sudden death. The mystery became one of Siberia's strangest hiking tragedies, often compared to the infamous Dyatlov Pass incident, another case where experienced hikers died under bizarre and unexplained circumstances. And maybe that's what makes these stories so terrifying. Not monsters, not ghosts, but the possibility that nature itself can sometimes trigger horrors we still don't fully understand. In the end, the mountains kept their secret, and somewhere in the frozen wilderness of Siberia, the answer may still be buried beneath the snow, waiting.